Hey guys, what's up? This is Peter James. Alright, so I have reviewed months ago the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD version 2, and in this video, we will compare it with my Samsung T5 Portable SSD. Is the Samsung T5 better than the SanDisk? Maybe. Which one should you pick? Let's find out. Alright, so in the previous review on my SanDisk Portable SSD version 2, the comments are somewhat overwhelming. The SanDisk SSD is fast, so fast that at that time, I didn't have any laptop or computer that can take advantage of its maximum speed. This time, I have my M1 Mac Mini and my M1 MacBook Air, both of which have USB 4. And I also have a Windows PC that supports USB 3.2 Gen 2. So let's compare the two. First thing you will notice here is the size difference. The Samsung T5 is much compact and smaller than the SanDisk. The Samsung is just around 51.1 grams compared to the SanDisk's 58.9 grams. Another noticeable difference is the material they used for the body. The Samsung T5 is made out of metal, probably aluminum, with a matte finish. Although the drive is shock resistant, handle it with care because the outer paint is kinda prone to scratch. The SanDisk on the other hand is made out of rubbery material, which is best for outdoors and can withstand shocks and drops without worrying about the appearance of the body. If you are a clumsy type of person, maybe SanDisk is better for you. But for me, I like the Samsung T5. It's slick and elegant, minimalist, but it is more prone to scratch. You can buy a silicone bumper for the Samsung T5, but I prefer not to use it though. So these portable SSDs both have USB-C interface, and on the Samsung, you get the two cables, one Type-C to Type-C and the other is Type-C to Type-A. Both cables are approximately half a meter long or 18 inches. For the SanDisk on the other hand, you can only find one cable on the box. It is primarily C to C and have an adapter for the USB-A. Personally, I appreciate Samsung here because they included two cables instead of one, and also it is much longer than the cable in the SanDisk. The cable from the SanDisk is just about 0.2 meters or 7.5 inches. In addition, Samsung also included cable organizers. Neat! Both of these devices supports USB 3.1 Gen 2. I know, USB versions are quite confusing, but basically the Gen 2 is faster than the Gen 1. As for the speed, actually we cannot directly compare these two since on spec, the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD version 2 is twice as fast as Samsung T5. The SanDisk version 2 is using the newer NVMe technology, that's why it's fast. The Samsung T5 on the other hand is using the older SATA interface. Both of them are in exFAT format, so meaning both Windows and macOS are supported. The SanDisk is much faster, no doubt. But you know what? I chose to use the Samsung T5 on my day-to-day use. But why? I will tell you later. So I tested both of them on my M1 Mac Mini using this benchmark tool from Blackmagic. M1 Mac Mini have a USB 4 interface, so there's no bottleneck for my port. Let's have a speed test. On the SanDisk Extreme version 2, the maximum speed is 760 megabytes per second, and the max write speed is about 690 megabytes per second. About 300 megabytes per second less from their advertised speed. So, on the Samsung T5, the maximum speed is 370 megabytes per second and the write is 390. So it's about 100 megabytes per second less than its advertised speed. So basically, the SanDisk Extreme version 2 is 2 times faster than the Samsung T5. The internal SSD of the M1 Mac Mini on the other hand is a whole new level. 2.3 gigabytes per second read and 2.7 gigabytes per second write. Okay, so let's try to test them on the real world. Unfortunately, we cannot view the exact transfer speeds when copying a file in a Mac. So let's use a Windows PC to check the speed on the real world. I'm using a desktop PC which supports both USB 3.1 Gen 1 and USB 3.2 Gen 2. So we will test the transfer speed using both of the SSDs. The internal SSD of this Windows PC is Kingston A2000 with max speed of 2 GB per second. So this should not be a bottleneck. Copying from the internal SSD to the Samsung T5, the transfer speed is around 200 MB per second. Using the SanDisk Extreme version 2, it is about around 490 MB per second. Actually, the Samsung T5 has a twin brother, which is the Samsung T7. The T7 supports maximum transfer speed of 1050 Mbps also. Actually, I bought the Samsung T5 a year ago, and the T7 then is quite expensive. But now, the T5 and the T7 price difference is quite minimal. So check out also the T7. So another question. Why did I bought the Samsung T5 when I already have the SanDisk Extreme version 2 in the first place? You know, I already reviewed the SanDisk Extreme version 2 before. The video link can be found here at the top right corner, also in the description. I have a concern about the thermals on the SanDisk Extreme version 2 SSD. On my typical usage, it becomes super hot, to the point that it's quite uncomfortable to touch it. The Samsung T5 on the other hand doesn't have any issue about overheating. Using it day to day, it is just warm to touch unlike the SanDisk. Maybe because of the metal body, which dissipates heat more efficiently, or the rugged rubber design of the SanDisk can trap heat, maybe that's the reason. Also, maybe the NVMe technology with faster data rate makes the chip that controls the SanDisk version 2 runs hotter than the SATA controller from the Samsung T5. Well, that's my theory. Overheating on our devices might have a negative effect on the long run, so I chose the Samsung T5 as my companion on day-to-day use. I primarily use it to store my raw DSLR video files when editing my YouTube videos. It's enough for the 1080p 30fps and 60fps, and also 4K 24fps. It's also quite interesting to review the Samsung T7. It's the same as the Samsung T5 on the outside, but faster NVMe technology on the inside. Maybe next time. So there you have it. If you want a fast transfer speed with rugged design, go with the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD version 2. But if you prefer a cooler SSD, go with the Samsung. Cooler, I mean literally cooler. There you have it. Like the video if you like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Check out my other video like this one, my previous review for the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD version 2. Thank you guys, see you in the next video, bye!